Welcome to our Middle East briefing. Today, we're diving into the dazzling world of drone shows, where colorful displays are transforming celebrations worldwide, from New Year's weddings in New York to large festivals. These high-tech light shows are becoming more popular, offering a creative and eco-friendly alternative to fireworks, despite their costs. Next, NATO's chief has sounded the alarm about China's expanding military might, including its navy and nuclear arsenal. The alliance is now focusing on strengthening ties with the Indo-Pacific region to counterbalance China's growing influence, especially amid rising tensions with Russia and other allies. Finally, in the Middle East, tensions escalate as Israeli forces intercept a yacht carrying activists, including Greta Thunberg, aiming to deliver aid to Gaza. The activists were detained, and the boat was towed, highlighting ongoing struggles in humanitarian efforts amidst the conflict. Please continue to watch for more detailed updates. The BBC vividly captures the awe-inspiring spectacle of drone shows, illustrating how these technological marvels are transforming celebrations and public displays. The story of a New Year's Eve wedding in New York, where 150 drones illuminated the sky with vibrant colors and intricate images, ranging from baseball players to diamond rings, highlights the emotional impact and wow factor that drone displays can bring to personal milestones. These shows, once rare, now appear at major events like Glastonbury and record-breaking displays in China, featuring thousands of drones choreographed to music, creating artful animations such as Star Wars battles. The technology's sophistication allows for detailed patterns and storytelling, elevating outdoor entertainment, and even challenging the dominance of fireworks, especially as drone costs decrease and their visual appeal continues to grow. The South China Morning Post details the geopolitical significance of China's expanding military power and its implications for global security, emphasizing the need for NATO to strengthen ties with Indo-Pacific nations. NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte warns of China's rapid military buildup, including the world's largest navy and a burgeoning nuclear arsenal, projecting a formidable presence by 2030. He underscores the interconnectedness of global security, pointing out China's alliances with Russia, North Korea, and Iran, and its support for Russia's invasion of Ukraine, though China denies lethal support. Rutte advocates for NATO to expand its cooperation with regional allies like Japan, South Korea, Australia, and New Zealand, stressing that the security challenges are interconnected across the Pacific and Euro-Atlantic theaters, and calling for increased defense spending and industrial capacity among NATO members to counterbalance China's growing influence. The BBC also reports on a tense confrontation at sea, where Israeli forces boarded a yacht attempting to breach the Gaza blockade to deliver humanitarian aid, including activists like Greta Thunberg. The incident underscores Israel's strict control over Gaza and its rejection of efforts to challenge the blockade, which has been in place since Hamas took control in 2007. The activists aim to raise awareness of Gaza's ongoing humanitarian crisis by delivering supplies like rice and baby formula, but Israel dismissed the mission as a selfie yacht, detaining the activists and towing the vessel to Ashdod. This event highlights the ongoing conflict over Gaza's blockade, the international efforts to bring aid into the region, and the complex political tensions surrounding humanitarian interventions in a highly sensitive and volatile conflict zone. The BBC reports a grim escalation of violence and chaos surrounding aid distribution in Gaza, where Palestinians recount being fired upon near a Gaza Humanitarian Foundation (GHF) aid site in Rafah. Witnesses describe a confusing and deadly scene, with gunfire exchanged between Palestinian gunmen and Israeli forces, and even some gunmen operating alongside Israeli troops, possibly militias or gangs, adding to the chaos. The health ministry reports 6 fatalities and nearly 100 injuries from aid collection zones, while the Israeli military investigates these claims. Despite the GHF's claim that their sites operated without incident, reports from injured civilians and witnesses paint a picture of a deadly, complex environment where aid efforts are thwarted by violence, gunfire, and the presence of armed groups, all amid a backdrop of Israeli military operations and a blockade that has left Gaza facing catastrophic hunger and suffering. Yahoo US details the dramatic interception of Greta Thunberg's aid boat by Israeli forces, after a week-long journey from Sicily aimed at breaking the blockade and delivering supplies to Palestinians. The vessel, part of the Freedom Flotilla coalition, was forcibly boarded in international waters by the Israeli military following orders from Defense Minister Israel Katz, with activists claiming their unarmed crew was unlawfully detained and their humanitarian cargo confiscated, items like baby formula, food, and medical supplies. The Israeli authorities justified the action by citing the naval blockade in place since 2007, dismissing the activists' attempt as a provocation and labeling the boat a selfie yacht. Despite the detention, the activists remain resolute, vowing to sail again and continue their fight for unimpeded humanitarian access, while Israeli protests against the blockade highlight the deep divisions and ongoing tensions surrounding Gaza's humanitarian crisis. The Associated Press reports that the Pentagon is rapidly establishing rules for the deployment of 700 active-duty Marines to Los Angeles amid protests over immigration raids, a move that raises complex legal and ethical questions. These Marines, trained extensively in combat and crisis response from conflicts in Syria and Afghanistan, are now being tasked with crowd control and protecting federal property, a role vastly different from their usual battlefield duties. The military is carefully drafting guidelines to prevent escalation, including prohibitions on warning shots and the use of tear gas, while emphasizing de-escalation and self-defense. They are equipped with helmets, shields, and gas masks but will carry their standard weapons, with the possibility of detaining civilians if necessary, though under strict legal constraints that do not yet invoke the Insurrection Act. This deployment marks a rare instance of active military presence on U.S. soil for law enforcement purposes, prompting debates about the legal boundaries and the potential for escalation if violence intensifies. Yahoo US details that Republican Congressman Mark Green is resigning from Congress after announcing a private sector opportunity, coinciding with the House's ongoing debates on President Trump's large-scale tax and spending bill. Green, a veteran of Iraq and Afghanistan and chair of the House Homeland Security Committee, plans to step down once the House votes again on the reconciliation package, a move that will narrow the Republican majority in the House to 219 to 212. Green's departure underscores the shifting political landscape as the Senate considers the sweeping budget proposal, which has already passed the House but is expected to undergo significant revisions. His resignation reflects broader political realignments and the ongoing legislative negotiations shaping the future of U.S. fiscal policy. The same outlet highlights President Trump's firm stance on deploying the National Guard during the Los Angeles protests, asserting that he had no choice in the decision. Trump's justification underscores a sense of necessity amid unrest, with his supporters and critics alike weighing in on the move. Independent veterans and political analysts, including Iraq veteran Paul Rieckhoff and New York Times White House correspondent Peter Baker, have expressed varied reactions, emphasizing the controversial nature of military involvement in domestic civil protests. Trump's decision has also sparked political discourse, with some viewing it as a justified response to chaos, while others raise concerns about the implications for civil liberties and the potential for escalation. The deployment of troops, framed by the president as a necessary step, continues to ignite debates about the balance between maintaining order and respecting constitutional rights. According to Foreign Policy, Elon Musk's recent feud with President Donald Trump signals a perilous and ultimately losing battle for the tech billionaire. Musk's attempts to undermine government institutions during his tenure as de facto head of the Department of Government Efficiency have revealed a reckless pursuit of radical reform, echoing the destructive, continuous revolution, Maoism. This spectacle of a billionaire challenging entrenched political power is not only a spectacle of hubris but a cautionary tale for global autocrats, who have long maintained that business magnates must remain subordinate to state authority. Musk's defiance risks reinforcing authoritarian regimes' belief that powerful business leaders are best kept in check through strict control, as seen in China's crackdown on Jack Ma, Russia's oligarchic hierarchy, and Saudi Arabia's brutal suppression of dissent among elites. The split with Trump, while seemingly a personal and political fallout, exposes a deeper pattern. When business interests and political authority collide, the latter invariably prevails, illustrating that in the end, political power trumps economic influence, a lesson Musk is about to learn the hard way. Meanwhile, the Australian Broadcasting Corporation highlights the inspiring resilience of Socceroos goalkeeper Matt Ryan, who faced career doubts after a series of setbacks, including limited game time and injury. Sitting on the bench last November, Ryan believed his international career might be over, but a timely opportunity arose when a teammate's injury reopened the door. Now, 6 months later, Ryan is on the cusp of his 100th cap for Australia, a milestone achieved through perseverance and unwavering dedication. His journey underscores the importance of humility and perseverance in sports, echoing a broader message that no achievement is guaranteed and that success often requires overcoming adversity. Ryan's story is a testament to the power of resilience, illustrating that even when faced with doubts and setbacks, a determined athlete can rise again, inspiring fans and teammates alike as Australia strives for qualification in the upcoming 2026 FIFA World Cup. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6 Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6 team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6 Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6 Brief via email.
Great dragon wakes ancient streets, leading change with modern beats. Cities rise and towers peak, new dawn breaking, bold and sleek. From the Great Wall to Shanghai, progress moves as kites fly high. Tech and trade, it's all in play, future shines brighter every day. Great dragon roar, change the cars marching strong with mighty force. Whoa. New era, new wave, fast-paced day, history made in bold display. Politicians make their plea, voices blend in harmony. Policies for growth and peace, ambitions never cease. Dreams of silk and digital, bridging gaps from old to new. Fortunes build and bonds renew, nations strengthen, bold review. Traditions hold, but minds explore, east meets west and knowledge door. Complex world they navigate, China's power demonstrates. From the Great Wall to Shanghai, progress moves as kites fly high. Tech and trade, it's all the play, future shines brighter every day. Great dragon roars, change the course, marching strong with mighty force. New era, new way, fast-paced day, history made in bold display. Politicians make their plea, voices blend in harmony. Policies for growth and peace, ambitions their growth and peace. New era, new way, fast-paced day, history made in bold display. History made in bold display. Politicians make their plea, voices blend in harmony. Policies for growth and peace, ambitions never cease. Dreams of silk and digital, bridging gaps from old to new. Fortunes build and bonds renew, nations strengthen, bold review. Traditions hold but minds explore, east meets west